Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, everybody? Welcome to the Stock Market with Bruce channel. I'm your buddy, Uncle Bruce. That's what they call me out there, Uncle Bruce. It's nice to see you all. This is Monday, April the 24th, 2023. Fact, it is the last Monday that I will be broadcasting this year from Palm Desert, California. As he gulps and goes, "Oh no, next Monday it'll be from Calgary. Oh no." Yep, I got to leave the desert. Jen and I have to head out. We got to go back to Canada. They're kicking us out. They're not kicking us out. It's just time to move on. It's been great down here. We've really loved it. And if you don't know that by now, you don't watch very often, do you? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. It's a mixed bag to kind of start the market, to start the week. It's not like a terrible selling wave hitting the markets, but we are lower by 32 on the Dow with an hour to go before we start trading. S&P's down just 4 points, and NASDAQ is off 11 and a half. It's a nothing burger. Crude oil down 18 cents. Crude oil down 18 cents. It's not going anywhere. It's not plummeting, but it's not going anywhere. 77.68 for Texas, West Texas crude. Thank you, everybody, for saying hi already and hitting the thumbs up button, the thumbs ups button. And that includes David R. Thank you, David R., for being number 20 on my thumbs up button. We try to get to 200 every morning show. I do care, and I appreciate it. Now, David, I notice your name is in black type. You're not even a member of this channel. Come on, buddy. Become a member of this channel. Join the gang here so you can talk to us during market hours. Love to have you join us. Here's another great follower of our channel, Burrow King's son. How you doing, pal? He too thought, or she thought, I was number 20. Well, one of you can't be right, but you can't be wrong. It's all good. Thank you for the thumbs up. And also, Burrow's King's son, please become a member of this channel. Get that name of yours in green ASAP. Love to have you join us. Thank you, all the rest of you who are here. Lame Duck, JR, Richard, Willie, Jeff, Willie here. Amy J is here. Alex, Lorraine, Options Nomads, JJ. Look at all the members. Kiwi, Brian, Nick DeMaurier, Home Skillet, Karen. Already into the 30s for the thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Brian, thank you. I'm confused. How can it be so many 34s? I don't get it. Thank you so much for being here, everybody, and hitting that thumbs up button. Become a member of this channel immediately, and let's get with the party, pal. Nice to have you. Take pity on poor old Uncle Bruce. He has to leave Palm Desert. Yeah, what can I say? So I guess Yoko's final tour stop at Palm Desert is next Monday. I know you've camped there just for it. Yeah, we leave just before. Just going to miss it. B Tizzle, good morning, everybody. Splair, good morning. Y'all won't be on the air in a couple of minutes for a while, but I'm here for the thumbs up. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Bama Babe, sheltering. The Big E is here. Thumbs up for Bruce. JR, have a great day, Splair. Thank you all for being here this morning already. What am I following today? A lot of different stories going on here. One after the other after the other. I just read a story that's on the Barron's. I think it's on the Barron's website or it's on Market Watch. Doesn't matter. It had to do with a gal who received a message through her, I guess, inter-office communication system. I don't know how else to say it. She, excuse me. She tried to log into the company's Slack channel feed, and it failed. She couldn't do it on Saturday night. She was trying to log in Saturday night and couldn't log in to her employer's Slack channel. And that is basically a channel where employees talk to each other within an organization. She works at Twitter. She found out on Sunday, got an official email. She's been dumped. And she is one of 30 people, part of a team that was hired and created that Twitter. It's known as the IDEA team, Internal Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion team. These are the teams that corporate America jumped into big time after the George Floyd incident and other racial massive stories hit the waves and hit the wires, and it's to get more women and people of color into higher management positions involved in corporations, to have the companies be reflective of the customers they actually serve. And Elon Musk took over Twitter and has gutted the company completely. Twitter is not even a shadow of its former self. He has managed to eliminate 24 billion in value of that company easily, if not more. And here's an employee who finds out with an email, "This is you're gone." And this got me thinking: how many people in America, Canada, and elsewhere find out about their employment positions by getting an email? I mean, I'm old school. I mean, I'm born in 1955. I was 30 in 1985, at the height of my, beginning of my height of my career, between 30 and 45, when I was really working hard. 1980 to 1995, those are the 15 years that I was given it. And we didn't do that. You didn't hire people by email, and you certainly didn't fire people by email. Oh my God. But people today are getting let go by emails, or they're finding out that their logging in information doesn't work anymore. They've been cut off, and everything the company's cell phone has been shut down. Their personal laptop doesn't do anything anymore. You just got let go. Unbelievable how it is done, and not even done in person anymore. Amazing. Which then got me thinking about the fact that my title today of this show is "Option Premiums Allow Quiet Quitting for Writers." If you're a stock option writer, chances are more and more of you who are here, certainly those of you who are here all the time, you're already past this point in your life. You have been quietly quitting your day job for months, and many of you, and possibly a number of you who are joining me, for the first time, the second time, the third time, you're beginning to figure out that if you become an option writer and bring in capital, you have this source of income coming in that you've never had before. And it's pretty good to know that you're responsible for it, and that your option writing skills, getting better all the time, are bringing in money from an outside source where you don't have to get into your car or take a bus to go to a job to make this extra money. The thing too that some of you I know do get, it does sink in, but for many of you out there who don't realize how powerful option writing is, it's where you haul in like you bring in $500 in option premium when you write a contract, and you buy it back like a month later, 3 weeks later, for $200, and you clear $300 on one contract. What is $300 today in today's world? It doesn't sound like a lot. I admit that. No one pays $300 a month rent unless you're with mom and dad. No one is paying $300 a month for all their groceries every month. It costs more than that, probably. That's only $10 a day. I mean, $300 pays for stuff, but it doesn't make a difference. But here's the thing. Think about it like this. If you're working for somebody part-time to add extra income to the household, and you're getting paid $20 an hour to work for somebody, you're netting out barely 15. I don't even know if you're clearing $15 an hour, but $15 an hour is 20 hours of your time at a job. And none of us work 20 hours straight on any job part-time. If you were working 4 hours a day part-time, that's a lot of extra hours. That's 5 days of part-time work. 20 hours at 15 an hour clear is $300. That's how much $300 is. And to think about it this way, if you did have a part-time job, and the way you work the part-time job is you went from your full-time job right to your part-time job, say within a half an hour to an hour, You didn't go home, you didn't get the change, you didn't get to do anything. On the other hand, if you were able to go home and then turn around and head to a local part-time job, it's the stress of getting there on time, doing the job, and then coming home at the end of a long, long, long day and recover to only get up the next morning and go back to work at your regular job. You think about the effort that has to go into people. Let me rephrase that. You think about the effort people have to put out to be able to work a 20-hour part-time job on the side. I find that very difficult to imagine, because that means you're working 60 hours a week on two jobs. To bring in $300 that doesn't pay for jack squat, doesn't pay the rent, doesn't pay for that $2,000 car repair in one go. It just goes towards the cash flow, to add on to it. Now, if you can do that every week, $300 every week, then it's $1,200 a month. Fair enough. If you did work 20 hours a month on the side, that's 5 hours a week on the side. Maybe every couple of days you put in a 2.5 hour whatever shift. A little easier to take, but it's only $300 a month net, and that doesn't pay a lot of bills. Here on this channel with this group of people who are here, some are members, most are which are members, some are not, and you should become members immediately. The folks here have figured out, Bruce, I can't believe it. I've had in my account ETFs and mutual funds and other investments for years. It's worth like 30 grand, and it fluctuates, and I don't even pay attention to the daily values of this stuff because it moves like a snail, up and down, barely. I just don't even consider it active money. It's just money that's in a pot somewhere that's just supposedly growing for me. And then I find you, and I watch your classes, and I hang out with the gang here, the best gang that YouTube has right here, all these commentators. And you know what I did? I decided I was going to try a little bit of option writing because I thought, what the hell have I got to lose? And some of you would take 30 grand and take 10 of it and buy $10,000 worth of something to write an option on. And it didn't matter what the stock was, but some of you have gone further than that. You've learned how to write poor man covered calls. You've bought 10 deep in the money calls on GameStop for $1,000 each. You have 10 call contracts. You're writing 10 calls. You're going, wait a minute, let me get this straight. Hold on a sec. I'm writing 10 calls on GameStop for like $450 a contract. I'm bringing $4,500 into my hands. And then like a month later, I'm buying them back for like $1,500. And I cleared $3 grand in a month on money that I've been sitting on for decades that's done jack squat. And I have $3,000 added to that pot of money. Now, if that pot of money is inside an IRA, you can't just grab that money and pay a bill. No, it stays there and grows there. But at least you're growing your IRA at a faster rate. You can do this every month. You'd add $3,000 a month to your IRA. That's $36,000 a year growth in an IRA that you've never had $36,000 growth in one year ever. So that's huge. That set that aside. Those of you out there who've been, sitting on some cash and you found a way to scoop 10 grand together. You bought 10 deep in the money calls on GameStop. You wrote these 10 calls. You cleared $3 grand net, and you have this $3,000 sitting in your account. That's your money now. And you still have the $10,000 in options that you can write another batch of contracts on, which I know you're doing immediately. You've got a scenario here where you could take that $3 grand and apply it to bills. But I know what's happening in your heads. You guys are going, wait a minute. If I can pull out $3 grand every month from this investment, this $10,000 investment, if I pull out that kind of money by being on top of the market, I'm watching him, I'm following him, I work from home, I can do all that. This is an extra $3,000 a month in income on top of the income I'm already making, on top of the income my better half is making. The household, it's household income, an extra $3,000 household income. Does this make a difference? Oh yeah, Oh, you bet your butt it makes one hell of a difference. And I know the first thing that enters your mind after you realize what's going on here, how much this is, you're beginning to think about which one of us in the house can quit either a part-time job, both of us quit our part-time jobs, or one of us quits a full-time job, because this is only the beginning. I mean, we're only just starting to write up. Those of you out there with $25,000 and $30,000 available to write options with, that kind of liquidity and to get into equity, you could find yourselves holding theoretically 30 deep in the money calls on GameStop, just as an example, and you're writing 30 calls at a time. And even if you haul out just $2 a call, not even $3 a call, $2 a call, that is $6,000 a month in income. Added income, that's $72,000 a year. That I know for a fact has changed every bit of thinking inside that household of yours. You guys have really started to scheme, and you sat down at the kitchen table. Once you got those kids to bed, those pesky kids, you got them into bed, and you sat there and go, "Is this true? Is this real?" Because one of the two of you, and I'm assuming it's, you know, husband, wife, 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 husband, husband. The two of you are sitting there going, "Is this right?" Because one of you figured it out, the other one doesn't understand yet, just the implications of what you're talking about and just how huge this is. And so you run it through again and again, and you show actual examples. This is what I did. I took this dough we have, and I bought these contracts, and then I wrote these, and then this is what the stock has done in the meantime, and this is what the contracts did in the meantime. Bought them back, and this is our leftover change, and we just wrote new ones to get another series of contracts going again. And you've double checked your numbers and triple checked, and you've gone, my God, I can't believe the power of these things. This is huge, the amount of capital coming in. And I'm here telling you guys every day that I can't have you rest until you make 30,000 a month. And I'm talking about folks who are making a couple of thousand in a month. How profound this is. And this is leading to more and more people quietly quitting their day jobs, because they figure out, man, if I can write 30 contracts at a time, we can pull out $6,000 and just buy another 6 contracts with that. Now we're writing 36 contracts. We're going to haul out $7,200. We're going to buy 7 contracts with that. That means we're now writing 43 at a time. That's 13 more than 2 months ago. Hello, we are moving into a level here of 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 contracts being written per rollover. And we're hauling out now. How much are we hauling out? $14,000 on 70 contracts? What? Where did that come from? When you started, one spouse says to the other, when you started watching this guy, you were saying that you're going to write a contract on one of your shares, and you're going to see if you can make $200 or $300 on it. And now we're talking about $14,000 coming in, like within the year. This is what's happening here. Yeah, we're talking speed, a change at the speed of light. And this is where the quiet quitting game really picks up. And this is where employers get the email from the other side. The employer gets the email saying, I quit. But I'm not working for you anymore, because you figure out that when you're hauling in $14,000 in option premium, why are you working for a fraction of that? 40 hours a week or 37 and a half hours a week officially, plus the stress of getting there and getting back, and the weekend stress, and your best friends at work and all the stress that you share with them, and the overtime, and the deadline for this project and the deadline for that project, and then to get emails saying that congratulations, you've been given a 2.5% raise. Why are you working for these people? I know that's what you're doing. I hear it all the time. I totally get it. I'm the same way. I would be exactly the same way. The moment I can walk from that hellhole of a job and the dead end of a career that is supposedly the greatest thing ever to happen to me, to be self-employed to do this, man, does that change everything. No kidding, Sherlock. Does that change everything? I gotta confess, I have to come clean with you guys. Jen and I are talking a lot now about future travels. Things have changed. Jen is very mobile and continues to do her exercises every day, continues to get stronger and more flexible. More endurance is building up, feeling better and better. And we're openly talking about, well, where are we going to travel to next? We know we're going back to Calgary because we have an apartment to move into. Fine, we'll get that set up with all our crap out of storage. We'll get that into our own place, and fair enough. But then we can travel again. So where are we going, and what are we going to do? And I've been saying to her, there is no limit to where we can go. The one overriding dark cloud that's up there, that all of us have and we face eventually. It's the time cloud. It's the time cloud. And when you were in your 30s and 40s and 50s, you don't think about the time cloud like you do when you hit your 60s and 70s. That's when the time cloud really starts to show up, and it's nasty. You just close the drapes. Don't look up there. Don't look. It's awful. And then you hear rumors and stories from friends, relatives, and associates, and past people you haven't talked to someone in years, or someone you used to know 20 years ago. You hear the rumor, you hear the stories, and the stories are the black time cloud got to them. And the first symptoms of the black cloud getting to you is health issues. Yeah, so and so got cancer, or so and so has bad liver, or so and so, they're whatever the health issues are. Anti-mobility health issues, the kind of health issues you can't travel anymore. The kind of health issues where you're staying home now, where you're winning when you're able to not be in the hospital and stay home. That's winning. Oh, I don't want to go there. And so I say to Jen, look, we're still alive. We've dodged a bullet with this hip of yours. You've got mobility. We're back, baby. But for how long? We're going to be 68 later this year. How long we got? Wouldn't it be nice to get some bucket list travel in now while the traveling is to be had? Because when the black cloud shows up, it never goes away. It hangs around all the time, waiting to strike you again. So we are now talking about traveling, and one of the travels and my bucket list has been down under. Australia, New Zealand has always been on my bucket list, decades. And I said to Jen, why aren't we thinking about the end of this year? So this is 2023. How about November, December? We go south, way down there. And we spend winter down there. So instead of winter in Palm Desert, we'll spend winter in Australia, in New Zealand. That's their summer. It's our winter. Why don't we do that? They speak English there. We wouldn't be lost in the middle of a foreign type country. Safe place to be. And so I started watching YouTube videos, started searching on YouTube. And I was trying to figure out, well, how would we see this place and how would we enjoy it? And I threw out the idea of, what if we we rented an RV a couple of weeks or for a month, spent a hotel, we're in a hotel in Sydney for a while, and then we travel to Melbourne, and then we grab an RV and go out for a month on an RV. So I'm looking up YouTube videos about people renting RVs in Australia and New Zealand and so on and so on and so on. And of course, there are millions of them. There's millions of them. But I came across a particular couple that decided what they wanted to do was they decided that the wife was still working. The husband was a retired firefighter. And as a 55-year-old guy, he's fully retired now. And she quit her day job through the government with the government, gave up that job, and they rented out their house for a year, bought an RV, and are traveling Australia for the first time in their lives, their own home country. Now, Americans do it all the time. Canadians love doing America, Canada. Great. And so they went through the whole trials and tribulations of getting an RV, have never owned one before, and the whole exploring their own country for a year. They decided we're going to go for a year, and they decided to make a YouTube channel about it. And I thought, here's the perfect couple that could be writing option contracts. Now, they have two pensions. He has a fireman's pension. She has her government pension. She's probably retired early. More power to them. Whatever they've saved. They're fine. But there are so many folks out there here that watch me on this channel all the time. You guys could be exactly the same kind of people where you might decide, Bruce, you have given us an out. You have given us an out where we could theoretically quit our day jobs, rent our house out, sell our house, our apartment, just give it up, put everything in storage. We could buy an RV, rent an RV, lease an RV, whatever, and we could now be on the road like we've talked about, the two of us, for a long, long time. And we can work from the road. We can trade from the road. We have one of these, and we have a big-ass iPad, and we have a laptop. We can do options anywhere, including from an RV, in any campground. As long as we have an internet connection, we're able to trade. And so I see this happening for those of you who are figuring out the options game, another way to soft quit and move into your own career. And instead of the career being in front of a laptop inside your house all the time, this career is no, we're getting out, and we're just going to be in our own home country. We're going to go visit relatives in all these states, and we're going to go to different parks, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to wing it. And we don't even have a plan. We have a rough plan, but we don't have a deep plan. Summers up in Maine and Connecticut and up to Wisconsin and Minnesota and the Dakotas, but winters heading south. We go with the flow of the weather. We stay ahead of it. We know states we want to be in, states we don't want to be in, areas we'd like to be, areas we don't want to be, and that's how we do it. And I think, way to go. No matter where in the world you are, whether you're in Europe, caravanning, Australia, New Zealand, North America, South America, Africa, doesn't matter. If it works for you, congratulations, and way to go, you guys, taking control of your lives. Oh, I don't think Jen and I, though, will do the RV thing as a full-time thing. That's not in our wheelhouse. It's not grabbing me. But I will say that last year we did 10 weeks Europe, and we were in various hotels and bed and breakfasts and Airbnbs. And I thought, we could do that. That might work. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we got a lot to think about here. Anyway, there you are. Trader Timmy's got a question for me here. On Thursday, I bought to open a Tesla 150 call. You bought to open for 58, and I wrote a 180 May call against it for 570. I think I messed up on the 90-10 rule. What's your advice? It's just a paper trade. So, yeah, buying a call for $58 when and you couldn't have purchased this call anyway because the call expires January 23. So you must have bought a 2024 call. But paying $58 for a 150 call, you're out of the money. You're buying a call in the money, but it's way too expensive. It has a book value of maybe $15, and you shouldn't have purchased that. The 90-10 rule has been grossly annihilated. You haven't got a hope of making money on these trades because you're going to lose $35 in book value or time value just on your contract, and the 570 you're getting is not going to compensate you enough. So no, that's not what you want to be doing. You need to be taking my classes. Anyway, there you go. BP, Uncle Bruce, the GameStop contracts I have these are October, Novembers, are not dropping quickly enough to buy back and make 100, 200 per contract. Anyone else is getting this? What do you think? If you are writing out October, Novembers, and they're not dropping quickly enough, I hear you. The question, of course, is what strike price are they? Are they in the money calls? Are they out of the money calls? It all depends. Did you buy them and then the stock went up on you, and now slowly it's been slumping back? When were the shares at $19 when you wrote these calls, and now we're at 2025, and the moment you get back to 19, you will be ahead significantly. Again, I don't know I don't know. No sell, no sell. Just sell some more for $300 premium. Not sure what that means. To make 100 every month. I want to make 100, 200 every month. That's my thinking here. Again, it's a question just again about whether or not when you wrote, how you wrote the depreciation. Bobby, hope nobody goes out with dementia here. It's a terrible way to wait when you go. Nick, is anyone actually making $3,000 profit per month on 10 deep in the money calls? I would say you would need to have 25 to 30 deep in the money calls to generate $3,000 a month on a regular basis. Extreme Edison, I need my machine to function well. Bobby, more power to you, Uncle Bruce. They have new hips in Australia as well. There you go. RV is a great idea. No sell, mortgage your house and buy a trailer. Extreme Edison, I would need an RV built like a tank. 2025, says Trader. The 150 call is a January 2025. Yeah, correct. $19 strikes October, November. My mistake, laughing out loud. Spicy number 95, thumbs up. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, Trader Timmy, you have to buy a deep in the money call. 150 is not deep in the money. That's right about $15 out of the money, or in the money with that kind of premium on it. No way can you make a decent deal on that. You have to be looking at 100s for January 2025. You might be looking at 80s, which means the cost will be higher. But then the cost between book value and time value might be perfect, 90-10. You gotta watch my classes on how to work with deep in the money call, with poor man cover call writing. I think number 8, is it starting with number 7 or number 8? People around here know the numbers for that. Not Your SoFi says, hey, I'm number 98, Bruce. You're approaching 100 thumbs ups, and we have a half hour to go before we open. Thank you all so much for these thumbs ups, and appreciate it. Yeah, Jen and I said to Jen, I don't think we can do the RV thing for 3 solid months in Australia. I would love to be in Australia for 2.5, 3 months. Would love to be in New Zealand for, say, 6 weeks, something like that. And I'm thinking, we'll probably do those 2 countries very similarly to how we did Europe. The only difference is in Europe, we did the rail pass. We had that unlimited rail pass for 15 days of unlimited travel in 33 European countries. First class seats. We really enjoyed that. Australia doesn't have as an integrated and sophisticated rail network as Europe does. Makes sense, the size of the country, the population of the country, and so on. But there are Hilton hotels everywhere, Hyatt hotels and other brands, where we can get accommodation for a week here, a week there, a week here, a week there. And we can certainly be in hotels that provide the breakfast as part of the deal. And that leaves us lunch and dinner to figure out every day as an adventure. And I am thinking, what? If we're in downtown Sydney for a week and a half, there's plenty to do and plenty to see there. Melbourne, my God. Canberra, the capital, wow. Then there's Brisbane, Gold Coast, Adelaide, of course, Cairns, and many other cities we can go to. And we can get to these other cities a number of ways, from as plain Jane as renting a car. Theoretically, we could rent a car, drive city to city after a week or 2 of each spot, or we just we airplane it, depending on the distance. Maybe bus it, but I don't think so. And rail, I'm not sure. I have to investigate this. We're still digging up info on how all of this is going to work. I'm not interested in the outback. I'm not interested in going in the middle of nowhere, because it's there. I'm more of a coastal guy. and would love to go to Tasmania. Tasmania. Love to take the ferry across to Tasmania. And then enjoy a week here, a week here, a week here, or 10 days here, 10 days here, 10 days here. That will take out 60, 70 days of time, which actually limits us to maybe 5 or 6 cities, which actually limits us to a quadrant or a half of the coastal region of Australia, and we'll miss much of it. You can't see it all. There's no way. It's like trying to see Canada in a month and a half, 2 months. Can't be done. I know we can't. We cannot see it all. There's just no way. We can get a taste of this region, this region, this region. That's all, and that's really all we can expect. We don't have the endurance to do 12 hours of sightseeing every day. That's not the plan either. Plus, I'd like to be still doing my shows from Australia. So got that to figure out. So yeah, but it's been interesting this weekend, beginning the process of checking it out. Anyway, there you have it. Vehicles in Australia have great resale value. They have bus passes in Australia. There you go. Dude, thank you for number 104. Trader, gotcha. Yep, I knew I messed it up after doing it. I follow the 90-10 rule for all the other trades. This one I got goofed on. Glad it's a paper trade. Me too. Flint Creek for 100,000. You can go to Antarctica for a week. Saw a presentation at the conference this weekend. Really impressive. Only 100,000 BP. I bought $19 October, November's for 4. Now bid ask 415, 470. So it's in the money, but in what I was meaning is that options do not seem to drop enough to make 100. You mentioned. Yes, I understand what you're saying. And again, it's one of those things where there is no simple point A to point B. What's the word I'm looking for? Method where you're guaranteed to make X amount of dollars in exactly this amount of time every time you write option contracts. And why is that? Because markets don't go from A to B in a straight line either. And in the case of GameStop, just looking at the last 3 months alone of its performance, coming down to the 16 range, up to the 27 range, back down to the 20 range, we've had movement. And this is normal. We know this. And as option writers, I push you to further out to get the bigger premium. And then when you get the retractions, the price retractions, you score. The trick of it is, of course, if you write a call when the stock is at 20, and then it goes to 25, and then it comes back to 23, and a month and a half goes by, you're sitting there going, I haven't made any money yet. Well, in one sense, you're right. You haven't made any money because your options haven't paid off. On the other hand, you're richer because you're deep in the money. Calls have gone up because the stock was in the 20 range, got to 25, now 23. It's still 3 higher. You're richer on the one side, but not richer on the other. And the one side is cash. The other side is equity value, book value. And that's where you don't see the money in your hand and you're going, I don't get $100, $200 a month in cash here. I'm looking for $100 a month in cash. Then there are months, weeks and months where you've written, the shares have gone to 23, 24. You've done a rollover and you've written into $24, $25 contracts. The shares do go down to the $20 range over 2 or 4 weeks. And all of a sudden you're looking at this going, well, my deep in the money calls have gone down. Yes. But look at the calls that I wrote. I rolled these up into 24s, 25s, and now they're out of the money, $4 and $5 a piece. I'm looking pretty good here. And all of a sudden you realize, well, I made $3 on these contracts and I've only had them for 2 months. Well, it's $1.50 a month. And there's where it pays. Now, what do you do now? Well, you look to buy back your call for a cheap price, of course, and now do a new write. The question is, will the shares go from this 20 range back to 25, putting you in the same position you were before, that your calls have gone up in value, but these calls you wrote have not dropped because the stock's gone up? Or because you've written now $20 calls or $21 calls against the $20 strike price, and you brought in your $3, $4 by going out in time, do the shares go to $16, $17 in the next month, making you a winner again on those calls that you wrote that are depreciating. This is the proverbial battle that's going on. It is not only a time depreciation game, it is a volatility game. And with GameStop, there's volatility. With GameStop, there is decreased volumes these days. That's not helping. And then there's stocks like Tesla that have all kinds of volatility, AI, all the others that we're following. I mean, all these other stocks. Some are very volatile, some are not. And if you are looking for no volatility and you just want time depreciation to really be the dominant factor, then you're limiting your list to a smaller number of of stocks. But even that, in this market these days, with interest rate problems and inflation problems and war in Ukraine and trade sanctions and on and on and on it goes, it's not steady Eddie all the time. And so you've got to be on your feet, got to be on the balls of your feet to be able to move when the time is right. And there are times where BP knows, now certainly knows, because BP has come a long way here. Sometimes you have to do the rollover to take advantage of a price change where you wrote December's, you can now buy those back and write August's instead. Or you've written August's, you buy them back and write October's instead. And sometimes that's where the money comes in, is when you sell the new position. And that's where the increased cash comes from, and or an increased strike price comes in, or a decreased strike price with cash. I mean, that's why there are 15 lessons. It's not explainable in 5 seconds. This is why when you folks try to explain to a friend of yours what it is you're doing, they're going, I don't understand what you're doing. It's too complicated for me. And there you have it. Brian, don't go to Darwin or Perth. Not worth it if you don't have the time. Stay on the East Coast and South Coast and Tasmania. My recommendation. BP, these days at least, may have done previously, but volatility has dropped, may make this several months waiting. Mondu, number 5109. Good morning, everybody. Bo, I'm a Canadian living in Brisbane. I love it here. Coyote, BP, you aren't going to wait several months for GameStop to drop 1 to 2 as you wrote, and GameStop had a good earnings and it's holding some. It happens. Trader, you got to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Option writing, BP. Thanks, Uncle Booz. I was just an observation. I'm having on my account GameStop. Unfortunately, I don't have the powder yet for Tesla, Apple. I've been, but we're watching all your classes. No problem, buddy. You've come a long way down the highway of understanding what's going on. And again, we have scenarios here, as you well know and others well know, where nothing happens. Seemingly nothing seems to be happening. And you join me every day and you follow me and you're watching your contracts and you're watching the markets and you're not yet scoring. And some of you are going, well, I'm up on my deep in the money calls, so I'm ahead, or I'm even on those. They seem to hold their value all the time because I bought them under the 90-10 rule. I did the right thing. Now I know what he's talking about. I can't lose time value here. I have no time value, so I can't lose that. It's just the stock's performance. And he's right. If I can write 23s and roll up to 25s, or write 18s and roll up to 19s and 20s, and then roll from 20s to 22s and 24, I will do that. I will go with the stock if it wants to go higher, because the higher the stock goes, the higher my in-the-money calls go. And I'll write short-term calls against them and move them up. I'll move them up. But he's right. When the stock does top out and then begin a fallback, it comes down faster than it goes up. And it can unexpectedly drop, 10% in value in one day out of nowhere for no damn reason. And my calls that I rolled into, I got these strike prices up here, and the stock was here, and now the stock is here, and it's now here, and this gap. I know my contracts, the ones I've written, no matter when they expire, they are worthless. They only have time. And that is going to be a relentless eating away of the flesh. And then it comes to the point where, well, if the shares drop enough in value, I could sell these calls that I got this much for, and they're now down to here. And now what I might do is buy those back to write shorter term time frame calls at a lower strike to get closer but still be out of the money and bring in additional capital, which is part of the game, but shorten the fuse on those contracts. So you might be going from 150-day contracts to 90-day contracts or 60-day contracts. Every day eats those up even worse, and that's what you're looking for. And so there are times where you make your money on the up move on the calls, you make your money on the rollover of said calls, you make your money on the depreciation of the shares and the roll down of the calls, and time is always on your side. And there are moments where you can really play the time game and say, yeah, I'm moving into 60-day contracts here. I'm going to write 21s, buy back my 25s and write 21s, and they're 60 days left. That's all they got. Something like that. You might play that next move. And of course, if the shares want to keep going lower, then you have an immediate payoff, because obviously 21s, the stock down to 19 or 18, they're out of the money. And with only 60 days, 50 days, 40 days to go, you all of a sudden you're making $3 in a month instead of $1 in a month. And now you realize, oh, well, over the last 6 months, I've made $6 a share. Or in the last 6 months, I've made $3 in cash, and I'm still up $3 on my contracts. Like I had $6 per share, but it's in a combination of one versus the other. There's that too. Okay. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Love it all here. Excuse me. Thank you all for your participation and commentary. It's great to have you here. 119 thumbs ups are in already. We have 14 minutes left to go before we open for trading. Larry Titus is going to hit the bells for us, we hope. And thank you all for 119 thumbs ups already. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button for us right now, please do so. Give us a little momentum. We'll pop up here to the 200 range very quickly, and that adds momentum to the channel. And I thank you all for helping out. Beautiful stuff. Okay. What was this comment here? I just saw something here. There we go. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. VP says, patience and folding my arms. You got it. Hector says, Darwin, Australia is worth the trip. Kakadu Park, Cairns, also worth it. Tasmania, definitely worth it. The Mona Museum in Hobart, hiking Wineglass Bay. Oh, yeah. I tell you, I've been watching videos, like I say, of various people traveling. Obviously, I am not interested in 25-year-olds traveling to Australia, because Jen and I are not 25-year-olds. So we're not the backpackers. We're not going to buy a cheap bus and run it for 6 months and try to sell it for what we bought it for. We're not interested in that. We're 60-somethings, and it's a whole different ballgame. And the good news about YouTube is that I, at my age, am a YouTuber, and there are others around my age that are YouTubers as well and are traveling, and they help show me the way as they handle it, and I say thank you. But yes, Darwin and Cairns on the north, the very tip of far northeast corner. If you're thinking of a clock, think about 1 a.m. That's where Darwin and where Cairns is. Darwin is at about 3 o'clock. Or 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, you got the Gold Coast. 5 o'clock, you got Sydney. 6 o'clock-ish, 5:36, you got Melbourne. Adelaide, a little at 6 o'clock in the southern end. Canberra's in there as well between the two. Then these Tasmania, the island down below, at about 5:30, just down there. The western half, I don't think we can't get to it. It'll be, we're not in a hurry. We're not in a rush, and it is not important to me to be able to say to a friend of mine, oh yeah, I was in the northern part of the country, the eastern part of the country, the western part, the southern part. I did it all. That's not a big deal to me. If I were a backpacker and I graduated out of college and I had a year or two of a student visa kind of working program and travel, I would see it all. I would do it all, yes. And that includes the Outback, Alice Springs, and everything else. But this is not our game plan. And so Yeah, I'm jacked about it to say the least, but there's no plans. There's no nothing set up yet. It's just an exploratory committee going on here to try to figure out what would it be like? How would we do that? What would be the route? How would we logistically go from one to the other? I'm not I'm not adverse to renting a vehicle from Sydney after being in Sydney, renting a vehicle, driving to Canberra, spend a week there, drive to Melbourne, take a week, 10 days, take the ferry across with the vehicle, and enjoy Tasmania with the vehicle. Back to over to Adelaide, perhaps, and then dump the car there on a one-way drop-off. Fly to Cairns or Brisbane and rent a car from there. Drive up to Cairns again a week at a time per place. Then the Gold Coast and working our way back to Sydney and flying out. I'm open to that. I have no idea if that's practical, reasonable, doable. I don't know. I think we'd know in the first 2 weeks. In the first 2 weeks, we'd find out if we like this or not, and then we would just change our game plan because we can do anything we want. So there's that too. Yeah, JJ, you got it. Stocks take the escalator up and the elevator straight down, the express elevator sometimes. You're right. Brian, to get the most into the trip, you have to do the east and south coasts as it is the best bang for the buck. I want to go back one day and drive from Darwin to Perth and then fly to New Zealand. There you go. Brian, Alice Springs is well worth the trip to the desert if you have the time. Adam, Canberra to Sydney is a long drive. It's an overnight bus. I don't think I'd ever take a bus. Brian, Cairns is probably the highest you'd want to go. Work your way down from there. And Steamy Traveler, are you okay driving on the wrong side of the road? Used to live in the Cayman Islands for 2 years. We owned we bought a brand new 1998 Honda Accord when we lived there, driving on the other side of the road with the right-hand wheel drive. So yeah, not a problem. DQ number 128, thumbs up, rock and roll. Yeah, no, I don't think we'd have a problem with that. We'd quickly adapt again to like the old days, like the Cayman days. That would be a lot of fun, actually. Looking forward to it if that's the way we're going to go. And it's possible we may actually, we might travel from one city, fly to the next, rent a car there, turn it in, fly to the next city, rent a car there, turn it in. We might play that game. We might be no car needed in Melbourne, no car needed in Sydney. We may find that we'll have a car in Adelaide. We might have a car in the Brisbane Gold Coast area, but other than that, we might not have a car at all, and we'll rely on Ubers to get around town. We're hanging out at the hotel with the pool, and we sightsee a little bit. And every evening, I'm on the air because I have to be on the air late at night to be with you guys. That might be the way it plays. Easy going. Boris, do you guys think the whole market will react to the BBBY bankruptcy filing news? No, I don't really think so. BZ number 129. Hector, Australia is vast in its distances. You better love to drive. Well, Canada is vast in its distances. Canadians will drive 100 miles to have a cup of coffee with a friend. So no, it's not an issue. Not even close. Yeah, not a problem. Brian, Cairns is where you'll find some cassowaries. They are like ostriches, but with big velociraptor claws. They are fast too. Don't piss them off. Wow, interesting. Yes, I don't think we're in the mood to upset the wildlife in Australia. That's not our game plan. I think we'd be quite happy to go to a zoo. We'll figure that one out too. Yeah, it's not we're not into the wilderness thing. That's just not the game plan. I'm studying right now Hilton hotels, and they have to have a pool. Otherwise, I'm not staying there. So you understand where I'm coming from here? Yeah. There ain't no roughing it in this guy's lingo at all. Tiff, Bed Bath Beyond is bankrupt. What a surprise. Who would have thought? I mean, shock out of left field, just, wow, they ran out of money. Ooh, wow, who knew that? What can I say? We're down 24 cents on GameStop. We have 6 minutes left to go before we start trading, everybody. At least I think that's what we're down right now. Let me double check. Yeah, we're down to 20.25 on GameStop so far this morning. We have the Dow off 34 points, S&P down 1 3/4, NASDAQ is down 5 points, oil is off 58 cents to 77.29. That is the story right there. Looking at my pre-market quotes on a few other stocks. Let's see what we got here. We don't have anything happening on Rocket Lab. We seem to be up maybe a penny. SoFi at 5.93, down a couple of cents, nothing there. The GameStop down 28 cents. We've got Matterport maybe down a penny or two. 23andMe is unchanged. Spire is off a penny and a bit. ATIP unchanged. SmartRent maybe up 5 cents to 244. Cyxtera up maybe 7/10 of a penny, 31.16. Apple down 53 cents. Goldman unchanged. Cisco down a penny. Tesla down 71 cents. Arc Innovations down 3 cents. Microsoft down 291 to 280, 285. I know a guy that wrote 295s on a rollover. He's got to be smiling from ear to ear right now. Bed Bath & Beyond is down 9.6 cents to 19.75 cents a share on a volume of 90 million shares in the pre-market. There are buyers and there are sellers. What can I say? The buying could be short sellers trying to cover. The sellers could be people who lost a fortune and are just trying to get out. Could be a bit of everything. I don't know. Where else am I? Okay, that was Bed Bath & Beyond, 19.7 cents a share. Pfizer down 4 cents. We got 4 minutes to the opening. HBQ down 18 cents. Carvana down 6. Google is up 7 pennies. Amazon up 63 pennies. Nvidia down $1.19 at $270. And Unity down 8 cents a share right now. That's what I got there. Okay. Interesting. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Delaware is now the 22nd state in the United States to allow cannabis use for adults 21 and over. You're only 3 years off where the reality of the world is 18, but 21 and over, at least it's a start. There you go. Delaware. Interesting. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for popping in here and hanging out with us today. It's great to have you with us. I hope you'll have a profitable day, a profitable week. We'll see how this market begins to react to another day of fun, economic upheaval and whatever else is going on out there. We'll see what gives. We have 134 thumbs ups now. Thank you very much. 203 are watching, 203 people, which tells me that 68 of you are slackers, kind of like Mr. What's his name on Back to the Future? What was his name? Strickland. Mr. Strickland, you're a slacker. What, you want to be a slacker the rest of your life? Your dad was a slacker too. Folks, it's time for you to step up, not be a slacker, and hit that thumbs up button. Let us know, let YouTube know that people should join this channel and come on over. Those of you who have signed up for memberships, you are the best. I thank you so much. Gold Bagel members, Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members, thank you for being part of this YouTube family of the greatest viewers YouTube has. I really appreciate it. Those of you throwing us thumbs ups now, 141, here they come. Come on, guys. Thank you. You guys who are subscribers, thank you, subscribers. Don't be a slacker. Don't be a hacker. Become a subscriber of this channel. Become a member. Hit the thumbs up button and give us some momentum with YouTube. Let the YouTubers know, those folks at head office know this channel should be promoted like crazy because of the interaction between creator and viewer. I mean, how many other creators read the comments from the viewers? I mean, I see guys talking, they're just so full of themselves, they ignore everything that goes on over here. They couldn't give a crap what you think, say, want to talk about. They don't read. They don't read. They don't read. They have people reading it for them who then don't tell them anything about it either. At least here you're part of the fam. Thank you, everybody. Larry, thanks, my man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Fabulous. Great to have you all here, folks. Thank you again for following this YouTuber, tolerating this old man YouTuber, and enjoying. I hope you're enjoying this old man YouTuber. I hope that's happening too. We are going private right now on the messages, so please become a member and join us for the next hour as we start trading for the day and see what's going on. Hopefully we can help you find ways to get richer and help you make money in the options market. Indeed, allow you to soft quit that job of yours. You can say, sayonara, bosso Maya. I'm out of here, baby. I'm going where the party is being happening over on Bruce's channel. I'm going to hang out there every day, and I've been watching his classes, and I'm getting a handle on just how options work. And you know what? I don't need to work for you anymore. I can't stand it. There you go. All right. Brian, the Great Ocean Road is a great drive in Australia. I'm sure that is on your list. West of Melbourne, you must go to the Australia Zoos. Steve Irwin's the best zoo in the world that I have ever been to. Lobo Blast. Can you imagine Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen in a Range Rover cruising the outback and avoiding cassowaries? Oh, Jen would be out there just giving them what for. Don't you mess with me. Is the classes offer still on? I didn't manage to get the Patreon subscription going. I'll try through PayPal. Yes, you can get 5 classes for the price of 4 if you hurry. This isn't going to last much longer, but there it is right there. The 5 for 4 deal is on, and the key is to make a donation to the PayPal account, which is down below in the links. You'll find that just below me here. Where is that? There, here it is, right here. Here's that PayPal. There's the PayPal thing. If you make a donation of $599.99 US, you can acquire 5 of my lessons for the price of 4. Save $150, and that includes lesson 15. We just did that 2 weeks ago. And a lot of folks have been picking up the classes this last few days, last few weeks. Just noticed also that the other thing to remember is you need to, there we go. We just got someone who did it. Send me a private email here at brucemarmot@hotmail.com and tell me what 5 classes would you like. Tell me the class numbers and I'll get them out to you after this show. Okay, so yes, 6 for 5, 5 for 4 are available. 5 for 4 are available, and it's PayPal right there. There's the address right there, and we will get you set up. Yep, you betcha. Thank you all for your support of this channel and support of the classes, and congratulations on taking these classes. It has saved me zillions of hours of explaining some of the basics, but also it's allowed a lot of you to pick up a lot of nuances, a lot of little things about option writing you didn't realize existed. It's a very complex market, actually, but I'm trying to keep you on a simple path to richness by being option writers on call options just out of the money. It's a conservative strategy that I preach, and so it works for all ages, all economic types. It's incredibly important to know that. It is not a scary, risk everything you have on one trade kind of strategy. That's not what I do here. There are folks here who are members with their name in green, with the logos beside them, with their avatars. They've been here for 2 years, 25 months. They've been members. They've taken all the classes. They take every new class I generate. They constantly keep writing options. They keep growing their accounts, growing their wealth, growing their cash flows, and they don't let go of their memberships of this channel. They just don't give them up. They are here every day because they're making money. And that's the only reason this channel exists, is because people make money following this channel on a consistent basis. If everyone here lost money, there would be no one watching. I mean, nobody would be here. So thank you, all of you. I appreciate this. Anyway, there you go. The bells have opened the gates, and away we go. Brian, I've hired someone to type for me. I just dictate. Another person works the mouse. Writing options has made me gluttonous. Sooner or later, you'll have someone tying your shoes for you, making sure the cuffs of your pants are perfect. Someone will check your hair for you before you leave the house. I totally get it. I totally understand the transformation that you're into now. There are people who handle these different things for you, and I understand it completely, and I support you, of course. AI is dropping like a rock, Uncle Bruce. That is the bottom line right there. You want to see some action in the market? Check out AI this morning, and please note it is dropping like a rock. It is $1.56 lower to $18.50. And it indeed is lower this morning. So is Unity. It's off 17 cents this morning. And GameStop is off just 20 cents. SoFi is down just 2. Tesla down $1.27 to 163.81. Do not be surprised if Tesla reaches 140, 150 the next few days or weeks. Don't be shocked if that happens. I don't think the low is 160. I don't think so. I think we're going to go lower. We did not see a snapback back to 185 after going from 207 to 160. Didn't go back to 185. Got to 167. Now we're 163.80. We're not going to hold 160. There's no way. We're going lower on Tesla. ATIP 27 cents unchanged. Xterra up a half a penny, 31 cents. Full Bed Bath & Beyond right now is 23.6 cents a share is what it looks like to me. Yep, the low was 18.9. It's now 23.6 on 135 million shares, opening volume in 6 minutes. That's what's going on over there. Splatter, I'm back. And Uncle Bruce, I was thinking about your $30,000 target and asking myself, are you waiting for at least $5 million a month that our channel will generate, at least as a primary milestone? I mean, what are you expecting? Wouldn't it be something if I have 200 people watching me live, and they're all making $30,000 a month on average, and then there are another 500 people that watch me occasionally, but the diehards, 200, are making $30,000 a month profit from option writing. That's $1,000 a day. It's $200,000 a day times 30, $6 million a month. That's not bad. That'd be pretty good. That's Julia Roberts' money. That's pretty good then. That's pretty good then. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good then. Boy, wouldn't that be something? The Yoko parties will be really interesting then. Yes, I suspect they would be. Marcus number 147, Bruce. You're only about 50 away from 200 thumbs ups. You're so close. Thank you, everybody, for that. And also thanks to Aurora for announcing that Aurora has been a member now for 22 months as a Gold Bagel member. JJ, a member for 24 months. Safe travels, Uncle Bruce Nanijan, longtime WTWB fan. Thank you so much, JJ, Gold Bagel member. Brian, Chilling with Uncle Bruce member, a member for 7 months. Poor Man Cover Calls coming to a theater near you. Thank you for all 3 of you guys for putting up those beautiful green announcement banners telling the world how long you've been members of the channel. It makes a difference. And also 151 thumbs ups, that makes a difference. Keep those thumbs ups coming in, you slackers. Come on in there. Don't be a slacker. Mr. Strickland will be looking for you. He'll be handing you those tardy passes in the hallway. You don't want to get those. Those are bad, Be careful out there. You don't want to be restricted from coming to the enchantment under the sea dance this weekend, So I mean, Saturday night, enchantment under the sea dance party is on. Don't let Mr. Strickland keep you away from that. Things could happen there that might change the rest of your life. You don't know. You have no idea what might happen to you the rest of your life. Don't be a slacker. Don't be a hacker. hit that thumbs up button. He says, thank you all. We're up 56 cents on First Republic Bank. Interesting. HBQ up 11. Apple's up 19. 21 cents on Bed Bath & Beyond. That's what it's doing right now. Google is up 86. Moderna down 184 to $139. I know a guy that wrote some calls on Moderna. Now, I can't remember if he wrote 140s or 145s. I don't quite recall. But he's got to be grinning from ear to ear because he wrote calls after having rolled out to January 2025. And he watched his 180, 85 calls drop. And then he bought those back, and then he wrote these 140, 145 calls for far closer in time. And here is Moderna down again. He has got to be smiling. He's got to be sitting on 145s right now is what he's got to be sitting on. And he's got to be grinning for January 2024 rather than sitting on January 2025 calls. He's got to be smiling how these are backing off. They got to be coming down. Yes, indeed. It's kind of nice. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Congratulations, you option writers. You way to go. I'm only up about 33% at the moment. Not bad for what, 2 weeks, a week and a half. That's not too bad so far. What do we say? What does Kramer say? Oh, yeah, Kramer, giddy up. Yeah, baby. Don't forget, this Friday night is pipe night. Yeah, don't forget. So much fun. We're up 15 points on the Dow. Whoop-de-doo. We're up 5 on S&P. We're up 21 on NASDAQ. We're down 25 cents on oil. That's where we are right now. We've got earnings coming up later this week. Meta, which is Facebook. I think Google's coming up. Amazon will be coming up probably next week. Then Apple next week. We got all kinds of earnings in the next 2 weeks coming up. So we'll get ready for that too. Giddy up. That's right, baby. That's what he says. Giddy up. Oh, yes. There you go. Splair, Uncle Bruce, seems that the market's up again. It's not doing anything in a spectacular or unspectacular way. Yeah, I hear you there, my friend. JR, Market Watch reported that the CBOE peeps are going to unveil a new fear meter based on the zero DTE options activity. Well, we'll see how that goes. Double D, do you have any thoughts on Bed Bath Beyond? Could they possibly sell off and liquidate, then reform? They're in Chapter 11, and in theory, they could theoretically have a buyer come in and take them over. In theory, there could be someone buying up all this stock at 20, 21 cents a share, millions of shares, and getting themselves 15, 20% of the stock, and then proposing to take the company private or take it over or fund it with a bunch of dough and become the chairman of the board and run the company their way and, make a deal with the creditors. And the creditors will go, make me an offer. You're coming in here and you're taking this thing over and you've got billions behind you. Make me an offer. We'd be negotiable. Like you tell you, the landlords are be negotiable for all 380 stores or whatever the number is. But I don't know if anyone wants to do that. So far, I haven't seen anything. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to play out. The old AI is down 130 instead of 150, 18.75 a share. Unity down just a penny. GameStop down 12 cents. SoFi only down a penny. Tesla is now up a nickel. So we're going green here. The Dow just went green. It's up 5 points. So the market is turning green. We're up a penny now on Unity, and SoFi down a penny. Tesla up 5. ATIP is unchanged. So some green arrows are beginning to show up here and there, and that means more green arrows showing up on my thumbs up page because folks are giving me thumbs ups as they become to realize they do not want to be known as a slacker. They don't want Strickland giving them a hard time. They want to attend this Saturday's Enchantment Under the Sea Dance. We have 157 thumbs ups now, only 43 away from 200. And there is a determined effort by viewers of this channel to hit the 200 mark before the hour is through. And I want to say thank you. I so much appreciate you guys helping out with the thumbs up meter. what these Saturday night dances, boy, I'll tell you, things can happen at the dance. Sometimes things happen in the parking lot when you park before you go into the school. Things can happen there. Life changing. Sometimes life creating, that can happen too, but that's another story. We don't want to go there. But yeah, this Saturday's Enchantment Under the Sea dance, you definitely want to be away, not be cut off from that. So don't be a slacker. Hit the thumbs up button. 162 are here now. We need 38 more to get to 200. And don't let Strickland catch you, especially with those brown paper bags. Be careful with that. Although spiking the punch is always a good idea, I say. Giddy up, says DQ. I agree with that. Giddy up. All right, we're up 23 on the Dow, climbing. We're up 5 on Unity. We're down 139 on AI. GameStop down 12. SoFi down a penny. Tesla's still down 28. ATIP looks like 1 penny better. Sextera just down 0.2 of a penny. Bed Bath Beyond 21.6 cents a share. Now Bed Bath Beyond volume 162 million. If no buyer is found and no solution is found to their $800 million shortfall, then the shares will be worthless, absolutely worthless. They will not trade. They will be done like dinner. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Apple's up 38 cents. HPQ's up 18. First Republic is up 84 cents to 15.10. Google up 105. Moderna down 191 to 138.94. Cisco up 27 cents. Pfizer down 31 to 39.90. That's a bargain. $30 deep in the money calls, if you can get them under the 90-10 rule out to 2025, would be a real good move. IBM 125.54 down 125.48 down 25 cents. Microsoft down 127. ME down 2. Matterport up 2. Rocket Lab up 2.5. Smart Rent down 0.5 penny. Spire down a penny. Amazon up 2.10 a share. Home Depot is up 117. Netflix up 5.48. Vanik Semiconductors up 68 cents. Adobe up 92 cents. Goldman Sachs is up 111 this morning. Boeing down 133. Meta is up 67 cents. AMC up 2 pennies. Ape up 2 pennies. Royal Caribbean up 13 cents. Carvana up 24 cents. Robinhood up a penny. BlackBerry down 19. Target is up 173. JP Morgan down 38. Costco up 179. Walmart up 69 cents. Disney is up $1.06. Nvidia up 186. And American Airlines up 7 cents to 13.47 at Le Moment. That's where we are for now. And we're up to speed. And everyone has their stocks to watch and quotes to follow. And there we go. Thank you to Boris, buddy. Thank you. We got it, and I got your class requests perfect. I'll double check into all your questions, and we'll get you your classes after the show. So, again, those of you who want to take advantage of the Let's Get 5 classes for the price of 4 from Uncle Bruce, this is the last week of the deal. So if you want to take advantage of that, this is it. Fire me a donation if you can, and we'll take care of you. That donation, $599.99 US. Fire it to the PayPal address down below, and I will get you your requested lessons. Let me know what lessons you'd like with an email, and we'll get you set up. All right. Yeah. Boris, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Cheers. You're a star. Fantastic. And congratulations to all of you who have taken advantage of this offer, including class number 15. Well done. You've got some studying to do now. You probably have about 9 to 11 hours of study time now that you've just acquired. So you're going to get to work here. For $600, you got yourself 10, 11 hours of work to do, to watch. You can rewatch the classes as many times as you want, of course. Once you've got them, you got them. And begin the idea to learn how option writing is done. And you know what? You don't need much in the way of a victory here to pay for this. If you write 5 calls and make $150 a call, $750 profits, you'll be doing this for the rest of your life, not once only for the rest of your life. You will recoup your $600 rather quickly, and then some. And I congratulate you, especially those of you who've done this now for almost 2 years. The classes started in June 2021, and here we are in April 2023, bringing out number 15 just a few weeks ago. Those of you who've been writing options now for a year and a half, 2 years, 12 months, 16 months, 9 months, 4 months, 3 weeks, you brand new newbies, congratulations. Welcome to this party, the party that never ends, and it just pays and pays and pays for you to attend. It pays to attend. The enchantment under the sea dance that we have going on under here never ends. It's absolutely amazing. It's like we're in a time loop. It's like part 1, 2, and 3. It just never goes away. It's amazing. Congratulations and well done, everybody. Grab the guitar, play some Johnny B. Good, and have some fun here. You gotta love this. Yes. What's going on here? There will be some binging going on this weekend. Boris is going to be busy studying. Thank you for all of you with travel advice to Australia. I appreciate it. I'd love to get some advice for New Zealand as well for Jen and I. We want to make it a 1-2 thing. Have any of you ever been to Bali? I've been trying to. I'm trying to talk Jennifer into going to Bali, either on the way down to Australia or on the way back home from Australia and New Zealand. Trying to get a Bali trip in there. I've been looking at some videos about some of the resort hotels there. They're kind of nice. They seem to be kind of pretty good then. Yeah. And like I say, I feel like Bernie in that show, Notting Hill. I feel like Bernie. So that's those resorts in Bali. That's kind of pretty good then. Yeah, they look pretty good. Anyone been there? Anyone enjoyed it? Pluses, minuses, thoughts, this kind of thing. I saw some really cool videos about some resorts in Bali. They look kind of nice. The other thing I was wondering about was flying from North America to Hawaii as a sort of a starter. We get, Jen and I would sort of stop in Hawaii for like a week or 2 weeks, and then flying to Fiji. I was thinking about getting us to Fiji. I think there's some nice resorts in Fiji too. If anyone's been there, do let me know. And then the question is from Fiji to Australia, the situation, and where to land and how to begin the journey, that kind of thing. Anyway, there's lots to investigate. You can't do this in 15 minutes. This takes a bit of time. But hearing from others of you who've been there already, let me know. I'd love to hear about it. All right. We're up 37 on the Dow. Welcome, everybody, to a bit of a gain, a 6.5 point gain on S&P. NASDAQ up 18 points. A little bit better. Down 30 cents on oil, 77.55. Not really going anywhere. There it is. So we'll see what happens as the day goes on, the week goes on. We have earnings coming out all week this week. Lots of earnings to watch for. So we'll keep an eye on all of that. What else is going on out there? Yeah, like JR was saying, there's a brand new fear gauge on Wall Street, he said. Interesting. There's the AMC growth estimates raised by Benchmark, citing box office performance. They're going to release results, AMC, on May the 5th, by the way. Analysts from Benchmark raised its growth estimates for AMC Entertainment Holdings, citing better than expected gross domestic box office performance. AMC is going to report, they believe, Benchmark thinks $912 million in gross revenue, up from its prior estimate of $831. They think their losses are going to be $37 million instead of $86 million on an EBITDA basis. We'll find out. Box office attendance has climbed significantly, they say, since January 21, when the cinema industry was wrestling with the disruption caused by the pandemic. Well, that's not a surprise. I mean, nobody was going to the movies. That would make sense. AMC is looking to resolve its proposed conversion of AMC preferred equity units into common stock. Shareholders recently approved combining AMC shares and APE units and a 1-for-10 reverse stock split. But AMC needs to get a favorable judicial ruling on the litigation settlement that's going on here from a judge before they can do it. If they can get that, their filing says that this opens the way for the stock conversion alongside the split. They'll be able to sell more shares, and they'll be able to eliminate debt or grossly eliminate debt. But this has faced court proceedings because people have figured out, well, wait a minute, hold it a second. If you do a 10-for-1 rollback and then issue a whole bunch of stock to pay down the debt, that leaves me as a shareholder holding the bag here. I'm going to be liquidated. I'm going to be really diluted in how much value my shares have. Plus, I lose the liquidity of a 10-for-1 rollback. I mean, if I got 1,000 shares of AMC, I'm only going to have 100. The stock might go to $40, $50 a share, but will they hold that level? Especially if they're going to issue. What if they issue, I don't know, 10 million shares, 100 million shares at $35 a share? That's going to hurt. It's going to bring the debt down, but it's going to really knock us down. Yeah, it's not a happy story. There is no happy story here whatsoever for AMC. What can I say? Time will tell how all of that sort of works out. Anyway, that story is out and about. Oot and boot, as we say in Canada. Follow that. So interesting news there as we follow, the latest thingies going on. Let's take a look over here. What are they saying over at Wall Street Journal today? Let's see if we can update you there. Credit Suisse details tough final days before their rescue. Oh yeah, 60 plus billion of money was taken out of that company, out of that bank just before. Commercial real estate woes run deeper than in past downturns, is a headline here. Landlords are contending with a cyclical market downturn and with secular changes in the way people work and live. Yes, quiet quitting and working from home, and corporations thinking, why are we in downtown cores when our customers are in the burbs, when half of our staff won't come back to the office? Why are we paying this ridiculous rent? And oh, by the way, why are we paying all this money to the city of whatever, fill in the blank, for business taxes in downtown wherever, when all we're looking for is a place for our staff to sit and work for our company's benefit? Why don't we just open up a campus in the burbs in a far less expensive area of the world? Or even, how about this? Why don't we leave certain cities, that we are headquartered in, and move to smaller cities around the city and pay their corporate business tax rate, which is maybe 1/5 of what we're paying in downtown wherever? Doesn't that make a lot of sense for us? It does. A lot of corporations have figured out it doesn't matter where they're headquartered. As a matter of fact, in some cases, it's so crazy, it's so wacky. They leave a downtown core and they move out to the burbs, like 20 miles away, to be, out of a tax jurisdiction in a satellite community. And they find that because they've moved there, they're actually closer to the airport that they frequent all the time, because they're coming in from out of town into the airport instead of from in town to the airport. Instead of from the south part of town, some folks are driving all the way to the north part of town to get to the airport. They're moving their satellite offices to the north end of the outskirts of the city. And folks who work for the company who have to go to the office, they're moving to these suburbs and finding home prices much lower, much more cleaner air and lower crime rate and everything else. And they're finding everything working out. So that's upsetting a few landlords in downtown, wherever. Jen would know about how landlords in downtown cores
Mhm.
are experiencing an exodus of a lot of corporate clients. And I know in Calgary, there was one example about, I think, 5 or 6 years ago, it was announced that the Imperial Oil, which is Exxon's Canadian division, Exxon, they were going to leave their downtown core where they were the
The tenant.
the tenant of two
Yeah.
gigantic 35-story towers, big floor plans with huge square footage. They this was built for them 40 years ago. They had a 30-year lease or whatever they had. Anyway, they had built a campus in the burbs in Calgary with I don't know 10 different buildings that were 4 stories tall each. And now with the working from home thing, I bet you that they haven't even taken up all of those buildings in the campus. They may have only taken up half the buildings because half their staff, first of all, they've laid off a quarter of their staff, most likely, because that's what oil companies have done lately in Calgary. And then they've hired a lot of people on a contract basis, quote unquote. So I bet you they don't even have half their employees anymore. And even then, half of those work from the offices, the other half work from home. This is a common thing in corporate, certainly Calgary, Alberta, Edmonton, and other cities in the oil patch. But I can imagine LA and Denver and Houston and Dallas and Atlanta. Downtown high-rise towers are dinosaurs right now. They are
Well, and now
expensive to
the
carry.
city of Calgary is looking at changing, I think, maybe six,
I think at
into
least.
a retail, corporate, residential.
There's talk. Now I heard something about. I read something about a landlord, a building owner, sort of a manager of a building was quoted in Calgary as saying, the nightmare of converting an office tower to a residential type building, it, people don't understand that every unit that is on the floor, like if you have an office floor, usually they have a very wide square type layout. And the problem is you can't have a condo that doesn't have windows. You can't have an interior condo.
Bedrooms have to have windows.
Bedrooms got to have windows. Living rooms need windows. So you have to have long, narrow condos in some of these buildings. The middle of the building can be where you have services, but not every floor needs services. You need a hallway, the elevators, that's it. So what this gentleman was saying, I think it was a gentleman saying, you don't understand. Every one of these condos needs its own kitchen. We have to install stoves, fridges, dishwashers, bathrooms in these slivers of real estate where we used to have nothing but desks and desks and desks. And all these people use the bathrooms beside the elevator banks in the middle of the buildings where the elevators were. You go to an elevator for an office, there are no windows. You're in the inside of the building. And that's where the fire escape stairwells are as well. So these condos that you are now going to create need to be long and narrow so everybody has some window space. Well, the problem now is that you're on the 45th floor and you've got 100,000 square feet per floor or 60,000 feet per floor or 40,000 feet per floor. How big are these units going to be? How small? A 3,000 square foot condo is huge. You're going to have 5 of those on a floor. They're going to have to go for $2 million a piece. How many do you think you can flog? You want to flog 1,000 square foot condos, 1,100 square foot? You might be talking 10 to 15 a floor. That's 15 kitchens, 15 bathrooms, sometimes 2 bathrooms or a bath and a half. The logistics are unbelievable. Every unit has to have its own climate control system in there. One person likes it cool, one person likes it warm. Oh my God, what a mess. It's just unbelievable. Jen knows all
You have
about
to
this.
gut the middle of them and put kind of courtyard, but you have to leave the elevator but you can have empty spots like in the middle.
Yeah.
Because you have to have windows. It's fire safety.
And then you have this, does each condo have its own built-in washer dryer system? Or do you have on every floor, for this floor only, a laundry area with 5 washers, 5 dryers? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The exhaust from the washer dryers, the exhaust from the stoves, where does that go? The buildings are completely not designed for condo living. These office towers are designed for office work. So there's logistics all over the place.
It's expensive. It's
Oh.
not an easy change.
And it may well be that condos sort of go office towers go half condo, half office. So you may find that half the floor space of a condo, of an office tower, is office space, and the other half will be cut up for condo. But then you're
But
going to have to
offices, you have to see the windows. You can't be squirrels in a cage. You have to see a window.
Correct, and you have to have elevator access to everyone, especially from a fire perspective. So now, what happens if a stranger is in an elevator that comes up and they decide to break into a condo? I mean, they scope the place out. They know that so and so lives in unit such and such because they've done some homework.
But the buildings are all secure.
You would think, but with more people in buildings that should be there.
And speaking of secure buildings, don't let people into your building.
Don't let people into your building. They don't belong there.
They shouldn't ask. You shouldn't give.
There,
Yes.
see, there you are. So, Auntie Jen, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Your hip is doing great.
My hip's doing great, but there's got to be a new plant because I'm all stuffed up.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
There's got to be something new.
There's so much blooming around here. We've had so much rain here in the desert. All of California has had so much rain. There's vegetation sprouting everywhere, even in the desert around the
It's
hills.
not enough to take anything because
It's a lot of pollen.
Antihistamine, but
Yeah, a lot of pollen in the air, and it's affecting some people more than others.
It comes and goes. You just get used to it. And
Exactly.
another one comes.
And another one. And another one.
But we also have butterflies
Ooh.
and dragonflies.
Yes.
And when we're at the pool, there are like black flies now bugging you.
See, things time
That's
for
what happens
it's
when
time
it
to
gets
go.
that warm.
It's time to leave. If you're going to have to suffer these kinds of conditions, we can't
That's
stay.
right.
I'm trying to put the best spin on it I can, but I can't do it. I'm dying. here. We're out of here. We're out of here. Back to
You'll
Calgary.
be okay. You're going to be better than Bed Bath & Beyond.
Well, I'm not going to Chapter 11, at least thankfully for
What
that.
happened to the shares? What are they doing? Are they closing down?
BBBY, the stock price right now is 22.6 cents a share, down 6.7. The low, 18.7 cents. The high of 24.4. And the volume so far this morning, 192 million shares. And we traded over 130 million in the pre-market, maybe even 150 million. So there's a ton of stock trading hands. 428 million exist.
Is it
Yikes.
So are people buying it thinking that the shell will be sold to somebody and it will exist?
There's a ton
zombie
of
now.
There's always speculation, but a part of what's happening here is anyone who is short the stock is likely buying it up today to close out their short positions.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of day traders flipping it long and short, back and forth, like for a half a penny. If you can flip 10,000 shares at a time and get a penny at a time, you're making money. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of speculators who are thinking, I bet you someone's going to buy this thing up.
Yeah, it's a zombie right now.
Whatever, and they're going to resurrect it.
Come back.
Or the management of the company will find a buyer at the last minute, or the broker for the management of the company will find a buyer to step in and put in some emergency financing and get them out of it. There's always the hopeful. What's that?
Cheaper and faster to buy an existing.
Yes. Now, if you want to go public, like if you're a private company and you want to become a public company and you can't do the SPACs anymore because they're like useless. SEC is,
IPOs take a long time.
the SEC has killed the SPAC business. IPOs right now, you can't go public with an IPO. That's useless. What you might do is you might make an offer eventually to the receiver once Bed Bath Beyond is delisted and is defunct. The receiver might get an offer from a legal group saying, we're
We
prepared
want
to,
your shell.
we'll take over this public company for 1/10 of a penny a share. Or we'll do a 1,000 for one rollback on the stock, and we're going to issue 100 million shares from the Treasury to investors at $5 a share. 500 million bucks goes in, and we're going to vend in this company that's a private company wants to go public, and it's called
Not Bed Bath.
Joe Schmuck and Beyond. And so Joe Schmuck and Beyond is a new public company from a private company with to infinity and beyond, with a bunch of new investors and a bunch of old investors that have maybe 300,000 shares of the company, 400,000 shares. They're nothing burger. And away we go. And there might be that. I don't know.
So the shares live while the company dies.
Yeah, and everyone who has stock will now have stock worth 0.0009 cents of a penny. They'll lose everything, basically. It's a wonderful write-off. I think a lot of people are selling today to lock in write-offs, tax losses for sure.
Capital loss.
There's a lot of that. But there's a lot of buying going on because there might be 10 or 20 million shares short, 80, 100 million shares short,
Right.
150, 200 million shares short. I don't know how many.
Again,
And there's a lot of buying to nibble this stuff up to flatten the books and just be done with it. Maybe that's gone on too. Yeah, because the company could not be saved last week by the meme investors who bought it up to 56 cents a share. If they could have got it to $1.56 to $2.56, the company could have sold stock at $2 a share to raise $300-400 million bucks to stave off elimination by another 90 days. They could have called a shareholder meeting to authorize another stock issuance.
Do that. It's dilution.
Exactly. They had to raise a couple of billion bucks, and they couldn't, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And they're 800 million in the hole compared to assets versus liabilities. And so there's debtor and financing that's been arranged of $240 million.
Oh, yeah.
And so there's enough money now to
run
the company's locations until they shut them down and liquidate them out. And the first $240 million that comes out goes to the liquidator in financing, including a nice $20 million bonus check on top of everything else.
Do it for free.
And the rest will be nothing. There will be nothing left but payroll to the people who are there. They'll get paid, but the receiver then will look after what's left, and it'll be pennies on the dollar. And that's why every single store, if you go to a Bed Bath Beyond this week, drive by one this week, closing 80% off, you'll see all that going on, and you'll walk through, and you'll immediately notice very small variety of merchandise. Your favorite stuff isn't there anymore. It's just dregs, and it's only 10-20% off, not 80% off. You can't find the 80% off stuff yet because they will get there with what's left. And if you want shelving, it's available as well. And that's the death knell of the company because when you sell your display stuff, you have nothing to display.
You sell your lighting fixtures and your displays, you're a goner.
You're a goner.
But if you ever wanted to get a cash register, now's the time.
Now's the time to get a computerized cash register system.
The good price.
Good time to buy some shopping carts. It's a great time to buy hangers or to buy shelving and other things to open up your own store if you'd like to do that.
They have some nice shelving. It's not just your basic metal racks on a wall.
Yeah. What a mess. What a mess. It's just one of many that have shown this last 5 years, and there'll be more.
So did you tell them what you did this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning?
I didn't tell them that because I thought it's not exciting to mention, but now that Jen has mentioned it and has teased you and has got you, your saliva's flowing now. You just know, what did he do at 4 in the morning?
And she heard.
And she heard it. She heard him do this.
You hear the garage door go up.
And he took out the garbage.
Roll.
He rolled out the garbage cans this morning instead of last night. He rolled
them out. Forgot.
I woke up this morning and I'm in the bathroom washing my face going, I didn't take out the garbage.
Oh my goodness.
I got to get the garbage out.
That's excellent.
Cleaned out the house of all the garbage and the fridge.
Good. Oh, good.
Got through the fridge a little bit. You'll have to take a look for more. and took everything out. And because this is our second last garbage run. We have one more garbage run where we put stuff in the garbage
Yeah.
containers, but we don't have to take out the containers anymore because we won't be here next week, Monday, to do that.
That's right.
It's another one.
Coming to you from a new location.
Calgary. Oh,
Actually, an old location.
an old location, and then a new location. There'll be several new locations coming up that you'll see.
There will be movement.
Oh my gosh, there's going to be stuff happening. Indeed. So that's what's going on. I talked to the folks today about how we're now talking more and more about traveling.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ideas was the Australia thing. And oh, that
he wants to go so bad, he's beating me down.
And people started writing up saying, you are on the right track, Mr. Bruce. You know what you want to do. Yes, go to Brisbane, go to the Gold Coast, go to Sydney, Adelaide, Melbourne, and Tasmania, the island. Yes. Avoid the west, stay to the east, and that's where you want to be. Definitely. So there you have it. So I've been telling him I'm watching videos about people who are RVing and those who are staying at the different hotels and stuff. There's a million things to do. But yeah, I'm working on this one.
There you go.
There you go. Anyway, there it is. That's what we've been talking about here today. Good gang. We've been getting a number of thumbs ups in today. We now have, let me tell you the number here, 172 have come through here.
Nice.
That's pretty darn good.
Nice.
28 away from 200. And we have a shot of getting to 200 before we even get off the air today, which great.
Sounds nice.
Deuce Caboose says I'm number 171. Thank you,
Okay.
Deuce Caboose. Appreciate the number. Hit those thumbs ups for us, people, and let us know how you do. Let's get to 200. I have been quoting Mr. Strickland that if there were 200 people watching this morning at one time, and we only had 130 thumbs ups. That meant 65 of them were slackers.
Slackers.
Because Strickland knows. And if you want to be banned from this Saturday night's Enchantment Under the Sea dance, you just keep it up and don't give me a thumbs up. Strickland is coming for you. You're getting one of those notes, and you can't come to the dance. The thing is, if you come to the dance, it could change the rest of your life.
The rest of your life.
Things can happen at the dance.
You don't
and
know what happens at prom.
even before the dance, when we park, things can happen when we park.
The car.
Yeah. Even before you get in there.
There's a song called Half My Hometown.
Mm.
Says half of my hometown fell in love with the girl next door in their dad's sport. Yeah.
How many future high schoolers went to that high school about 16, 17 years after the Enchantment of the Sea
Oh,
dance?
there you go. See? Yeah.
Like after every year's high school dance.
How many kids were born
15, 16 years later, how many kids showed up at that high school that sort of were created in a way
spring babies
during the Enchantment of the Sea parking thing? And how many of those students coming into the dance,
at Lovers?
when they came into the school to enjoy them, how many of those kids were really red-cheeked?
Or disheveled.
A little disheveled. They weren't quite, it's a nice dress and all, and it's a nice outfit you're wearing there, buddy, but did you two fall down in the parking lot coming in here? You look a little disheveled. What happened to you?
They fell down.
And why is that 54 Ford you're driving so fogged up on the inside? Those DeSotos and those
Right.
all those cars in the parking lot, they sure have a lot
Paradise
of fog
by
in
the
them.
dashboard.
Paradise by the dashboard light. You got to wonder also how many teachers who were teaching for decades at these schools, they'd see the new kids coming into their class to start the new school year, and they'd see the last names, and they go, "Oh, this is so and so's kid. Who's the mommy? Who's the daddy? Oh, I remember those two. I remember about 15, 16 years ago,
They were hot.
they were hot and heavy in the old high school. I remember the old Enchantment Under the Sea dance, what they were doing under the bleachers over there. I'm not surprised that this kid. They have two others. They have a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old as well coming in here. Soon there'll be 3 kids in this school. Oh, what's going to happen 15 years from now? The next round of circle of life, kids. You want to survive, is what you got to do. So really, don't you think high schools are encouraging the circle of life by having the enchantment under the sea dance?
Do you think we should separate them?
You
boys schools, girls schools.
Yeah, that'll solve all the problems.
You know how much walking there is between boys schools and girls schools,
and boy camps and girl camps at summertime. That solved all the problems. Yeah. Yes, there are no people out there that we've ever heard of that got married, that met each other at summer camp, or bumped into each other at summer camp, even though there was the boys camp and the girls camp. There's no example of that, because once you separate them, nothing ever happens. Oh my.
Okay.
Well, Auntie Jen,
exercise
we have a wonderful morning, and I'll catch up with you a little later. Thank you, everybody, for saying hi to Auntie Jen. Auntie Jen is saying hi to you. Oh, man. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, everybody. Let's see here. What else we going on here? Thank you. Good morning, Jen from Larry Titus. JR, good morning, Auntie Jen. Good morning, Jen from John Anderson. Christine, are you and Auntie Jen going back to your friend's house? A little, but not a lot. Hector, I returned to the Great White North last week. Too soon. Stay in the desert. Don't come back. I'll blame Doug. We need a meet and cruise next summer. We got to have a meet and greet on a cruise ship. This will give everyone on the channel to have their SoFi to pop, get a block of rooms for Uncle Bruce Dollars. There you go. Deuce Caboose, you mean to tell me that corporations that help ruin their great cities and they're moving to the burbs? Come on, they should stay and help fix their communities. Yeah. Deuce Caboose, 171, manager 174. Manager, I'm working on closing SoFi cover call before it goes up. There you have it, because the earnings are next week on SoFi. My, oh my, time is possibly running out to score your calls back before you know what might happen to when. We're down 189 on AI at 18.17 today. Unity's down 20 cents to 28.45. GameStop is down 17 cents. SoFi down 1 penny, just not giving up ground. Tesla down 270 to 162.38. ATIP is at 27 cents, no change. Cyxtera down 0.4 of a penny. Bed Bath Beyond is at 22.5, down 6.8 cents. Bed Bath Beyond volume now 223 million today has traded on Bed Bath Beyond at 22.5 last trade. Apple 165.17 up 15. HBQ up a dime. FRC First Republic up 149 to 15.75. Earnings out later today, I believe. Google up 89 cents. Moderna is down 341 to 137.44. I know a guy who is grinning about that. He did roll-ups and roll-downs, and he's doing great. Cisco, 47.21, up 18 cents. Pfizer down 33. IBM down 65 cents. Microsoft down 188. I know a guy that rolled up into 295 Microsofts, and he's really smiling right now. ME down 4.5 cents. Matterport up half a penny. Rocket Lab up down 1.5. SmartRent down 1.5. Spire up a half. Amazon is up 26 cents. Home Depot up 61. Netflix up 4.11. Vanik up 11 cents. Adobe down 40. Goldman up 2.99 a share. Boeing down 142. Meta down 46. We got AMC down a dime on the common shares, up 1/5 of a penny on the preferreds. Royal Caribbean down 67 cents. Carvana up 30. Robinhood down 11. BlackBerry down 5.2 cents. On Target up 95 cents. JP Morgan up 23. Costco up 2.11. Walmart down up 18. Disney up 53 cents to 100 a share. Nvidia up 83 cents. American Airlines unchanged right now. That's what I see going on there. Everybody, hope you're having fun. We'll see what's going on here. Get ready for the dance on Saturday night. The Enchantment Under the Sea dance. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Don't let Strickland catch you being a slacker and not giving me a thumbs up today. You don't want that. don't want those little notes. He hands them out like crazy. We have 6 minutes to go for the show. We have 181 thumbs ups. I need 19 thumbs ups in 6 minutes. Can anybody help out there? Give us 19 thumbs ups in just 6 minutes of time to reach 200 thumbs ups before the 2-hour mark of this show today. There's a couple right there. 183 now. We only need 17 more thumbs ups to reach 200 on this show live. Folks, you're awesome. I appreciate this. Come on, folks, find that thumbs up button. Don't be a slacker. Strickland is out looking for you. Didn't he ever have hair? He's always been bald. What's with that guy? I don't know about that guy. What can I say? Thank you all for following along today. It's so great to have you here. I really appreciate it. Hope you're going to make money this week writing options and watching your options depreciate price. Watch them go lower and scoop them up for some nice pocket change. Nice. Real fantastic stuff. Thank you for those of you subscribing to this channel. Thank you for becoming members of this channel. Nazareth and Christina are here. Nazareth, 183 thumbs up, Spruce. Thank you. You guys have a great day and relax out there. SoFi's going to go green. I can feel it, says Deuce Caboose. I feel it coming. It's going to happen. 183 thumbs up. We got them coming in. 186 now are in the bin. 14 thumbs ups left to get in 4 minutes. Can we do it? Is it possible that 14 of you out there, or maybe 7 of you with 2 devices, can find a way to score the thumbs up button? There's 162 of you out there. I know we've had another 100 plus already in here. I know the rerunners are going to give me thumbs ups. There's no question about the rerunners. You guys are going to get us to 250 thumbs ups. The question is, can we get to 200 from the folks who are watching here right now on the end of this show? I would so appreciate it if you found a way to get us through to the 200th level. That would be pretty cool bean stuff. Credit Savage, good morning, folks. It's been a crazy morning. Kids woke up beefing. FRC looking interesting. AI under pressure. Uncle Bruce talking under the sea things. Just a normal morning. Just there's nothing going on here. Larry, I've already given both my thumbs. All I have left are big toes. Larry, you give it all, and I thank you so much for your dedication to this channel. You are the best, man. I appreciate it. Thank you all for coming through. 186 thumbs ups on the board. 14 left to get to hit the magical 200 number. Just that psychological number to let YouTube know this show and this channel deserves to be promoted and exposed to the world at large. If any of you out there are posting regularly on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on any other social networks, and you're able to let the world know that this is the place to be for learning how to write options and learning how to make money. If you can do that, I'd appreciate it. Help promote this show's existence. That would be great. All I'm waiting for is the day where we get a mention, just a mention, where someone's writing a story about YouTube creators, unique YouTube creators, out-of-the-box YouTube creators, people you wouldn't suspect being YouTube creators, and someone mentions this channel and its unique audience and its unique subject matter and its unique following, and the next thing you know, we get picked up by some syndicated column somewhere, we don't know, and all of a sudden 100,000 people that never heard about us get put in front of their eyeballs out of nowhere. And I start a show with you like I always do in the morning, and instead of 180 to 250 people hanging around here, there's 750 people watching. I'm going, what is going on? Next thing you know, there's a little run here happening, and all of a sudden this channel just goes parabolic. You never know. It's amazing how it can happen, because a channel that gets that kind of a bump, YouTube goes, whoa, something's happening here. let's push this channel some more because we can do ad work on this thing. Wow. Next thing you know, we get all kinds of recommendations from YouTube, and the thumbs ups are coming and the views are coming, and oh my goodness, you just never know. It can be just, totally dead quiet, and all of a sudden insanity. Alex, twice I've given you a thumbs up today. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Alex. JJ, a toe. I can get you a toe by 3:00 here. Mr. Premium. 186 stinker also got hit on GameStop, sold for $250, bought back for 21 cents. Giddy up, Splayer. Yeah, Uncle Bruce, have you seen my comment? That was seen by Cody. I was sending it through email. I did get that. I do thank you for that. Who cares, Uncle Bruce? Is it worth it to pick up a $2 January 25 contract before SoFi earnings or 100 shares? I'd buy the stock. Credit Savage, FRC is up 25% today. Who cares? Savage is going to buy a yacht on that because of the FRC today. How about that? FRC now 16.20, up $1.94 this morning. The Dow's up 73 points. We're up 73. AI down 186. Unity down 27. GameStop down 28 cents to 2021. SoFi down just 2 cents. Tesla down 312 to 161.96. We're going under 160 on Tesla. Watch for it. What else going on here? Apple up 27 cents. HPQ up 16. Google up 99 cents. Moderna 137.10, down 375. Cisco up 18 cents. Pfizer down 42 to 39.78. Those $30 deep in the money calls have got to be a super duper bargain here on Pfizer. If you can get them under the 90-10 rule, that could be a super bargain. Maybe even 32s. IBM 124.98, down 75 cents. Microsoft down 189, 283.87. ME down 4.5 pennies. Matterport down 2.5. Rocket Lab down 3.5. Smart Rent down 2. Spire down 1. Amazon up 22 cents. Home Depot up 89. Netflix up 3.89. Vanik Semiconductors down 1 penny. Adobe down 101. Goldman up 323. Boeing down 77. Meta up 29. Centino. So it's a mixed bag. That's what we got going on here. What can I say? Larry Titus, 8 more thumbs ups and we get a Yoko dance party. We're so close. 193 has been registered now. We are 7 thumbs ups away from 200 thumbs up. Only 7. You guys are incredible to help us out today. I do appreciate this. It is a wonderful thing. 194 now. Oh, we're just about there. 194. 6 to go, and we've got 200 thumbs ups this morning. That's awesome. Slayer, you're welcome. Hopefully she will really head out to you in the near future. There are a lot of people that already think only financially. There you go. Well, you never know with other YouTubers, any writers out there, bloggers, vloggers, folks who do, write-ups for magazines, and they post, YouTube news, YouTube trends. You never know. Any YouTube channel is one mention away from a breakout. Just one mention. That's all it is. Just here are 10 really unique YouTubers. There's this one, and then there's this guy. And boy, he got a following of people, and this is what they do. They're on at 5 days a week talking about writing options, and he's been doing this for several years through the meme craze, and he's still on there, and people swear by him, and blah blah blah. You never know. You never ever know. And a little seed of exposure starts to germinate, and over a few weeks and months, the channel just gets exposed to regions of the channel that has never seen or heard of the channel before. And every day the numbers start to build, and YouTube begins to promote the channel because it sees that with that increased promotion, increased viewership, and increased viewership in increased engagement. And there you have it. That's what YouTube really wants. That's what they want. People hanging around with a YouTuber for minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes and minutes every day or more. That's it. I'll do what I can. Lorraine, 195, Bruce. You are so close. Now I see 196. 4 thumbs ups away from 200. Oh my God, what a way to start the week. You guys are incredible. Thank you so very much for this. helping out this begging YouTuber to get him to 200 thumbs ups. It is awesome. Fantastic, guys. You are just the best. Alrighty, I'm going to pack it in and say thank you for joining me today. I got 2 more shows today, but it's on my other channel, Traveling with Bruce, at 7 o'clock for members of that channel, 8 o'clock for the wide open public. Anybody can join us on Traveling with Bruce, 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight. Live cruise ship and travel news if you're interested in that. Come on by and join me, say hi. Undoubtedly, we'll be talking Australia and New Zealand over there. Undoubtedly. Looking forward to that. Thank you, all of you, for your kind support of this channel and helping out when the begging gets hot and heavy. Richard Carlin, neat emojis are popping up there. Thank you, Richard, for that. Thank you all for helping this channel and YouTuber get further down the road of exposing this channel to the world. I agree. The knee emojis are definitely in need of being exercised here. John Anderson says, thank you, everybody. Here we go with knee emojis, one after the other. Out they go. Thank you all for being part of this channel today. 196 thumbs ups. Wow. This is awesome sauce stuff. Thank you, guys. Here we go. Neat. John Anderson doing it. Larry Titus has got him going. Here come the knee emojis. You can't stop this. This is going to pop the channel here. 198 thumbs ups. Here we go. 2 away from 200. Larry Titus. Nico is here. Hi, Nico. What's going on? Neat. Here we go with the knee emojis. No stopping the knee emoji attack once it gets going. Karen is on it. The BP is on it. Here we go. Neat. 198 thumbs ups. Only 2 away. Oh, man. Is this exciting or what? You tell me another YouTube channel that has this much fun. It's impossible to find. Impossible. The engagement of the knee emojis alone wraps up this channel, ranks it up, and fires it up on the YouTube analytics computers. Look at that. 200 thumbs ups are registered on this show. Oh, my God. I can't believe it. Are you guys unbelievable or unbelievable? You're unbelievable. Larry, 200. Bruce, you got it. It's there. 200 thumbs ups. Thank you all so very much helping out. The knee emoji attack continues unabated. There they go. Larry is doing it. The fireworks and the thumbs up. Splash. Neat. There you go, everybody. Thank you so much. There we have. Now we have 199 thumbs ups. I said too much. Thank you all so very much for that. And you folks on the rerun, get us over to 250, would you? Appreciate that. Let's keep that going. Run those thumbs ups. We're back up now to 201. Here we go. 198 says J-Boy. Boring morning meetings got a lot better when I'm watching my Tesla options drop like a rock. Dropping, baby. A 587 dip on Tesla. We're down to 159.37. I told you, we're going under 160. We might go to 140, kids. Profits are still coming in. Writing those Tesla calls. Profits are coming your way. Absolutely. Splair. Neat. Hello, all from J-Boy. Thank you all for being here. 201 thumbs ups. Thank you so much for this. It's so much appreciated. GameStop 2010. We're going under 20 today. Mark my words. 2008. We're going under 20. Unity down 50. AI down 202. We got some red showing up here. We're negative on Apple, down 27 now. I'm going negative there, but the First Republic is 1601, up 175. Google only up 55 cents. Moderna down 466 to 136.19. Cisco only up 7. Pfizer down 42. IBM down 90. Microsoft down 272. We got red showing up on some of these big boys. Amazon down 64. Vanik down 126. Adobe down 238. Boeing down 111. Facebook down a nickel. Royal Caribbean down 88. There you go. We got red showing up here. NVIDIA down now 173. There you go. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Those of you who have written Tesla calls, don't fear the upside. Fabulous. Credit Savage. What do I do? Uncle Bruce, do I roll or wait for earnings? I can take a $1 if I roll from August to October. Money in my pocket. There's that too. We may have a pop here. I'm not sure. Looking a little better. Same strike, by the way. Chris, I was thinking I can take $1. Well, I don't know if $1 is worth your time. You may want to wait. Let the earnings come out, and maybe tomorrow. Even if your stock goes up another dollar or two, your August will only be worth book value. They'll lose all their time premium, and then you can write for book value, maybe into October or November, and bring in more cash and a higher strike price. Splair, that's where probably these people that hit the thumbs up button 3 times in the same account. That's what's going on. Credit Savage, I hit the thumbs up on my phone, wife's phone, laptop, touchscreen. I'm hitting it everywhere. And I thank all of you for that. Strickland will not call you a slacker, no question about it. Those of you who want 5 classes for the price of 4, you send me a private email, make a donation here to my PayPal account, send me a private email, tell me which ones you want. We'll get you set up, and we'll get you going, everybody. Thank you so much. Vash, hit the thumbs up, but my thumbs up counter stuck at 71. You got to refresh your page. You just got to refresh your page. That's all you got to do. And Curtis Evers, thank you, Uncle Bruce. You got it, buddy. You got it, man. No problem at all. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We're up 9.2 on the Dow. We're slumping here. AI is down 197. Unity down 55. GameStop 2007. We're going down on GameStop. Low trade of 2002. We're going under 20. 569,000. That's not going to hold it. SoFi 588 down 7. Tesla down 532 to 159.76. Right here, right now. Bed Bath Beyond down 5.9 cents to 23.4 cents. Penny off the high on 241 million shares traded on BPBY. Wow. Apple down 51, low of the day. All right, there it is. You guys are great. Thank you so much, Credit Savage. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. And I'm going to whoop Strickland. That's what I'm going to go do. Whoop whoop. That's what I'm going to do with Strickland. See you at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance later. And have fun parking. But be careful out there, kids. Crazy things can happen that can change the rest of your life in the parking lot. Just be careful. Those of you who are thinking of going traveling, you might not be going very far. Things pop up. I don't know. I just say, oh boy. The credit service, I sold GameStop $20 strikes and I got $7.25 for them. I'm looking to buy them back around $2. Nice. Financial Mischief, those AI July 24 20s I sold for $9.80. They're trading at $5.30. You're now out of the money, almost $2 a share. They're going to continue to drop handsomely for you. Well done. Credit Savage, Finance, nicely done. Way to go, guys. Writing options, 20.04 on GameStop. We are only 4 cents above $20 a share. We're going to break 20 here. I don't think the $20 barrier will hold. 20.01 right now. Here it is. We're coming into it right now. The stink bids at 20.01 are trying to hold the market. I don't know if it's going to work. We're at the low of the day right now, down 48 cents a share on GameStop at 20.01 per share at the moment. I have a feeling we're under 1997. We're going below 20, and here it is, 1997, 1996. We are definitely coming in with some sell orders. So your GameStop contracts, folks, watch those. Stink bid them. Look for $19 and stink bid them down there. Yes, 1995 last trade. We are falling on GameStop now. SoFi 586 down 9. Tesla down 589 at 159.19. 140, 150 is where we're going on Tesla. No doubt in my mind. That's where we're going, and it's happening. It is happening. 1990 on GameStop, another low of the day. We just dropped a dime in a hurry. 1984 is the low now on GameStop. It's definitely backing off quickly. Your GameStops are pulling back. All those options you have on GameStops, keep an eye on them. 204 thumbs ups coming in now as people notice, oh my gosh, look at this thing go. Look at it fall back. Yes, indeed. Credit Savage, they definitely don't want SoFi to crack $6. Laugh out loud. Why are we getting delisted? What's up with SoFi? Earnings next week. Watch out. Watch out. 1989 on GameStop here. Low of the day, 1984. The $20 level has been eviscerated. We're going below, and now we can go lower yet. Very interesting. 158 on Tesla. We're going lower. Tesla's going lower. All of you who've written calls, sit tight, cross your arms, allow the depreciation to happen. GameStop, allow the depreciation to come your way. You've earned it. Hey, you're going to receive it. We're down 236 on the Dow now. We're gone negative on the Dow. Lost all the gains. We're down 7 on S&P, down 69 NASDAQ. We're in the red on everything. Oil is up 80 cents, by the way. That's usually how this sometimes goes. Of course, I closed my July puts at a 30-cent loss, dollar loss on Friday. Of course, it's going to drop on the GameStop today. Of course. That's because you're guessing. 710 drop on the Dow. AI down 211. Unity down 73. GameStop 1994 down 55. Now 1991 down 58. SoFi down a dime. Tesla down 574. We're running into red here. Running into selling. Down 79 on Apple. HPQ only up 2. FRC holding 1591, 165 gain. Google down 15. Moderna down 460. Cisco up 7. Pfizer down 42. IBM down 107. Microsoft down 297. Down we go. Lower. Amazon down 96. Bannock 153 lower. Adobe down 299. Boeing down 160. Meta down 165. Yep, we're down 24 on AMC and a penny on Ape. Those are going back. Royal Caribbean down $1 now. Look at that. Interesting. JP Morgan down 19 cents now. Disney down 8 cents. NVIDIA down 256. American Airlines down 6 cents. We're going lower. Down we go on the markets as we speak, kids. That's the story. I'm sticking to it, folks. All right, keep your eyes on everything. Credit Savage, I just bought 50 more $7 contracts for next Friday on SoFi for 8 cents each. I have 150 contracts now. These are lottery tickets. No kidding. 8 cents. That's $8 a contract that you're paying. Trying to run it. See what happens. It would be great if the stock goes to $9 on you. You got a $2 contract times 150 of those. That'd be all right. That'd be a nice little $30,000. Thank you very much, cashing in a lottery ticket. But again, it's gambling, isn't it? Wouldn't be writing right now. Do not write on SoFi. No. 583 right now. That's a long way to go to 7. That's why they're 8 cents each. Yikes. I was scared of the time depreciation, but the guessing took place some weeks earlier. Near 2190. There you go. GameStop 1994-95 range. We reached a low of 1984, and I'm now showing a range around 1995 here. SoFi down 11. Tesla down almost $6 a share right now. There you have it. All right, kids. I'm going to take off and say thank you. 205 thumbs ups. This is awesome. Flint Creek Soap Company. I love your neighbors, even if they're different. Fantastic advice. Thank you all so much for being here today. Have a great rest of your day. See some of you tonight on TWB. Otherwise, I'll catch you here tomorrow morning. First thing, let's get this party started. The last week in Palm Desert. Let's make you a bunch of money before I head back to Canada. And we'll go from there. Thank you all so much for your support and following. I'll catch you later today. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.